How Haven did it behind the DM screen, sessions 15 and 16. We're just going to put them back to back, and we're going to get through this right now. Here we go. So, Hoard of the Dragon Queen has you arrive at Baldur's Gate with 2 days to spare if the party doesn't dilly-dally. There's supposed to be some kind of urgency you want to give them. My party just went right with it. They went to Elturel, they did the fight pit, they did the battle on the water, and sailed up to Baldur's Gate. They got there plenty of time, 2 days. I had 2 days to fill. So the first day, we go back to the other video, is where we had a lot of backstory from Remy. I didn't want it to have to be nothing but backstory. I felt that at that point it becomes like I'm trying to push it in too much. So at this point it was like, let's just give a dungeon delve. We haven't done one. All the stuff we've been doing so far, it was like, oh, I take it back. The hatchery. Hatchery could be considered a delve. But you get the point. I wanted to do something where they went down into the sewers and they had to fight some stuff. Plus, I'll really admit it. Some of the reasons I choose some of the monsters that aren't already spelled out is me going down to my local, friendly game store and going, ooh, I like that miniature. It's really pretty. And that's why I got the bullets. I went, I want bullets. I think those are, the WizKids brought out some beautiful models that you for them. And I was like, yep, 2 of those. Chink. And that's why I chose bullets, because why not? So, painted them up, threw them on the board. It was a great way, and besides, I mean, it's totally believable that a dad who would unknowingly bring home eggs of some random creature to give to his kid as a pet and have it escape. That's why we have the stories of alligators in New York sewer systems. Pardon me. It's totally plausible that a dad would do something like that, especially somebody who doesn't know any better. So, bullets in the sewer. It sounded like a great idea for me. It led to a lot of great role-playing as they went searching through the sewers and trying to find everything, and I purely was just doing it on a dice roll. I was having them look for clues. I had nothing laid out. I didn't make a map or anything because I wanted it to be able to be a bit more ebb and flow. So literally what I had them doing was I had them rolling investigation rolls, and then I was rolling a d20. And if they got higher than the d20 I did, they found a clue. That was it. And we just played it that way. It was a sewer system. It's generic in almost a sense. So that's how that happened. And then they found after 5 successful clues found is when they found the tunnel, and then they found their way down to the burrow where I had the 2 of them down and resting. I did want to have it be 1 and have another one come in. That one came in a little late. I was waiting until I got to half-life, and they managed to just pummel it. And so it went from like half-life to nothing like that. So unfortunately it wasn't, but I knew that it was also supposed to be like the way, this encounter and then take another encounter. So really this was like the intro encounter before they then went to the next one without any resting, straight into the Beholder with 12 minions, with 12 bandits, or bandit leaders, I think is actually what I used for a template. But you get the idea. So they're already beat up a little bit by the Beholders, and then they went and got hit. Now, part of the reason I did this is because I knew what was coming up. To foreshadow this is we're going to have a lot of travel with a lot of breaks, but I wanted to have that grind style encounter, right? So one encounter right after another, boom, boom, boom. So they then had to fight a Beholder. Now, of course, anybody who's listening to this is going to go, either I nerfed the daylights out of the Beholder, or why would you throw a Beholder at a party of level 4 characters? Because I mean, actually, who says you can't throw monsters that are more powerful at them? And exactly what happened. The Beholder was there. He's the boss. He shot off his rays, screwed the party for a moment, and then went, my minions will take over from here. And then he floated away because his job was done. He took 3 of them out, made the barbarian scared, although not of the rest of the bandit, just of himself. Killed Eddie right off the bat, death ray, boom. And then petrified the Callie, which is actually one of the most weirdest ones. Callie has an outrageously high dex. She is a gnome bard. But Christy, my daughter, was rolling and just sucked. She failed both saves back to back. One of the highest dex characters. I mean, Lutau and Remy are the only one, and Fire also have pretty high dexes, but I think technically Callie's is even better than Remy's at times. But you get the idea. She should not have. She shouldn't have. But she did. That's how the dice roll. So we had 2 party members down right off the bat, and then they're trying to heal those, and nobody had anything that saved petrification, by the way. Nobody had nothing. I think Ackyn probably could have done it, but it would have been blowing out one of her level 5 spell slots, or having to use the scroll she's been carrying around as the, Revivify to save a life spell. I think they kind of figured instead of using her action, she was trying to kill people, and then we could heal her. She was petrified. She wasn't dead. And she could fix it after the encounter was over, is I think the idea. I don't know. I'll have to message Ackyn. Why didn't you put that in the comments? And then Ackyn asks her herself, Hare, Anyway, you get the idea. It was a great encounter. Boom, boom, boom. We had 2 encounters back to back, and then of course, so yeah, I had the Beholder show up, super powerful, and then he floated away. I'm trying to build him as a bad guy. I'm trying to show up my brother, and I'm totally tying him into the other Beholder over in Waterdeep. Why not have multiple Beholders as Underworld mob bosses? This sounds like totally like a family thing. This is exactly how. So yes, in my brain, Beholders are Italian mob bosses. You get the idea. That's what's happening here. So now they have a nemesis. They want to go back and kill the Beholder. They really did. They tried. They searched for him. They went running out. They're like, we're gonna kill the Beholder. And part of my brain's going, how am I gonna nerf a Beholder if they actually catch up? Actually, I figured I wouldn't. I just have him blast a couple more IRAs and then float away again. But that's not. They never found him. I let them have a chance, but he was the first round. He shot off the IRAs and he left. He was gone for a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And if you can float at like 30 feet per second or per round, he was gone. He was out of the sewers at that point. Or hidden away somewhere. I mean, he's a Beholder. He's got spells. He's got traps. He's also paranoid. Anyway, so that's how that went. Those were those 2 sessions. Then they came back up. And yeah, I totally had Bob the Builder mob bossed into this. You know, they kidnapped his kids and forced him to get the party to go down into it. And yes, actually, I maybe forgot to say this in the campaign diaries, they did find that this entire trap was set because of Remy's father again. He's doubled down. Not only did he send the assassin, he then wanted to make sure. So the initial contract was actually with Xavier to get rid of Remy. So yes, he hired an underworld mob boss Beholder to kill his daughter. He's just winning Father of the Year awards. And that's where we ended it for the evening. The party licked their wounds. They were very angry at Bob the Carpenter. And they wanted to do something. But he kidnapped kids. He was doing it to save kids. What are you going to do? So they let him off the hook. And then I gave them, as a DM, I wanted them not to have to make a choice. They had 2 days. The 3rd day is when the caravan shows up. They can identify it. They can't go save the kids. They had to make that decision. They could have split the party. They didn't. But I wanted them to make that decision. Life's full of hard decisions. So I make my games full of hard decisions. You can't save everybody. My players are listening to this. Pay attention. You can't save everybody. But that was how we did sessions 15 and 16. There you go. That's how Haven did it for Court of the Dragon Queen in Baldur's Gate. I think we're at the end of chapter 4 at this point. I think at the end of chapter 3. This is the end of chapter 3 is Baldur's Gate. And then chapter 4 is when we go into the long travel north. So there we go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, by all means, post me a comment, shoot me an email, message me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can find me. I'm all over the place. My social media stuff's down below. You can always support this channel by purchasing my games down below or ordering a dice box from me, or you can always become a patron. And if you become a patron, I am looking for great ideas on how to take care of that. I am an improv actor. I'm thinking about doing some live shows maybe on Twitch when this gets all caught up. Maybe we can have the patrons be part of that or something like that. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm open to suggestions. With that, you know what? I keep forgetting to say this. I still haven't reached 100 subscribers. I haven't given away a Dice Pouch. I will do that. I will totally give away a Dice Pouch when I reach 100 subscribers to this channel. Last time I checked, I'm like at 60. So you know what? There's like 40 more people who can enter into this before I'll randomly draw people and send out. I will contact you. You can choose your colors, and I'll make you a dice pouch of your colors and ship it to you anywhere in the continental U.S. I want to ship to Alaska or Hawaii because that's stupid expensive. But you get the idea. Love you guys all. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Haven the Hare. I mean, you make all of life-saving